So, is this the case of Augie attempting to sue the city for due process?
It's whatever it's called. Augie, what's it called?
It's my appeal, and then there's the redoing.
Appeal.
It's the
And the
redoing.
redoing.
It's the redoing of the two cases. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't
we're
have
just gonna.
permission to
Okay, so we're
speak
redoing the
to
two
the
cases.
court.
Okay.
Yes.
And let's figure out who's suing who.
You're suing us for due process.
And you're suing me for the lava castings. I'm suing for due process,
No,
and
you're
you're
not
suing
being
for the lava
sued.
cast.
You're challenging
can
the
hear
lava
me?
casting.
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm recording and everything.
Okay, well then let's go first. Let's go first, I guess. I guess you're on first.
Alrighty. So, what is happening is my client is trying to seek restitution after not being provided first of all, a fair trial, because the judge for that trial was a victim of said, supposed crime. And I'm also going to put out that the judge even said, hey, we all know you're guilty, meaning that, and even tried to get him to bear witness against himself, which is also against Gollycraft law. I do want to preface that. That being said, the city itself has fined him at least one time, and he has not. They have fined him one time without the court, and so when we went to go take it to the court ruled against my client because of bias. I'm bad at words, sir.
So it's fine. Is that all you have to say?
Yes. I'll allow him a rebuttal.
So everything that is basically he's doing because he got accused of a crime and the judge was biased for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go. Ants.
Augie was accused, and there is multiple pieces of forensic evidence of him placing 41,000 blocks of cobblestone, or creating, right near the train station. The judge for that case was Stinky. He attempted to sue the city for due process, which was ruled out by Stinky. Then he had challenged the claims of him creating 41,000 blocks of cobblestone and other blocks by the train station. Stinky reduced the fine by over $400,000. If Stinky really was truly biased, why wouldn't she have not just given him the full fine and the full jail time? She also reduced his jail time by over 6,000%. She said it herself, yes, she did say he was guilty, but that was because of the blatant evidence that she had been given. Everyone was, through word of mouth, has said Augie was the one who did that. There's multiple witnesses who have said he's done that, and the clear forensic proof she had seen. She did not say this before the case had started. She said this during the case. Therefore, she did not make her decision before it happened, but while the case was happening, after the evidence was reviewed. That's all I'd like to say.
Okay, where can I find the evidence?
You can find the evidence for his crimes in the tickets and fines violations. It is the second one posted by Vinny Integrity.
Vinny, I'm gonna show my stream real quick, so I'm only sharing Minecraft. Okay. It's in the fines section.
But yes, we have the forensic collector, I guess, who was there and saw the incident and reported it.
Your Honor, I would like
Mikchik is
to
running around.
what I would
Make sure
like
you sit down.
to speak on a key important fact dealing with the case.
Go for
Would
it.
I be able? So, you know how like my client ended up being fined, and he had to go to court to get a court case. Written on that fine, there was never provided any court date, so my client was not even able to get given the chance to contest the fine.
Objection, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may.
Mhm.
So none of the fines say what the court dates are because they're just fines. It's the individual's responsibility to show up to City Hall and then speak to a representative to get their court dates.
Where does it say that?
I'm not sure where it says that, Your Honor.
Well, it's
'Cause
like a speeding ticket. You're not given a court date for your speeding ticket. You're
Yes, you
given
are.
the
You are.
opportunity
You
to
are. You're.
contest
They
it.
write it on the bottom of the
Yeah,
thing.
you
a
are.
court date for you to contest it. To go.
Okay,
to court
so
and contest
It's just
it.
mostly about
But
the
they
if
job.
also
there's
never
no thing
made-
saying that they're supposed to have a court case, like if they're supposed to request a date for the court case, how are they supposed to know they're allowed to request a date for the court case?
He never asked anyone either.
And that
He
would
had
mean
the
that
chance
he was
to.
not
He
provided
never-
the chance to a trial.
Well, there's supposed to be a
never-
clear
never
thing
reached out
saying
to a
that
single
if you're
person.
supposed to.
Your
Who
Honor,
did he reach out to? No one.
Your Honor, let me speak out. He was given a chance by two members of staff that reached out to him to give him a date for the court date. One of the admins discussed it with him. The other admin discussed it with him as well, but then they politely refused and insisted on doing the lawsuit.
Where's your
Yeah.
evidence of this? I don't recall this.
So I want to provide
I mean,
something into this. They requested this after we had presented the lawsuit because they had already seen that they had messed up.
Oh,
They
so you
knew
admit
that
this
the city
happened.
had messed. It did happen, but the city admitted that they messed up. That's why they tried to give him a case. They already had messed up. The reason why we denied it is we had an open and pending case already against the city. There was already a court case for that exact incident. So the reason why city was trying to do it is to try to mitigate the damage that was dealt.
Okay.
Because they
Was
knew
there
they were
anything to
in
say?
the wrong.
Your Honor, this case is not about denial of due process. This is about Augie, who chose not to use the process available to them. The defendant was clearly notified about the fine, and he had at no point had reached out to anyone, judge, player, staff member, to get a court date. It was their decision to make a court date, and they did not. Even
Objection! You don't make a court date. You get given one.
Okay, so one thing I was aware of. Hang on, wait. One thing I was aware of is that he was fined before there was any type of court case. He just got like immediately thrown into jail and fined. And then after
He was
that,
also
you guys
suspected
offered him
for
a case
terrorism.
when he was already doing that.
Sorry?
He was when he was already thrown in jail. He was
That's He was
what's it
being
called?
detained because he was suspected for
No,
terrorism.
he was in
They
jail. He wasn't
wanted to
detained.
destroy.
In detained, they put you in a holding cell
Then why did they not? Then why'd they say his jail time was not served
because he kept
or
escaping.
serving? Yeah, exactly.
And now there's a better police system, so he can't escape.
He still can't escape.
Okay. But the thing is, what I'm aware of, he got fined. He didn't get a chance to take that ticket to court. Because he
never reached out.
He immediately
Where does it
got
say
put
he
in.
cannot?
Stop interrupting me. He immediately got the amount taken out without any court case, without any system. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
And he immediately got put into jail too. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he got no process of nothing. There's another case about this. He got an entire process. Am I correct about that?
Which case is
Okay.
that?
Sam. He got an entire process without being fined for it.
I would also like to quote in the Luna versus Stick-mon versus Luna. Luna was taken to court, then fined. And I was there to sit in on that court case. So he was taken to court, then fined, which clearly shows that the city has brought a person in the correct way. And they even provided him a day to show up to court so that he could be fined, Your Honor. So this is just blatant negligence on the city's end to not provide this client a court case.
Your Honor, may I say something?
You go for it.
So when you're being fined, it's not your responsibility to get a court date. It is always the city's responsibility to give you a court date.
On the bottom of a speeding ticket, I'm using a speeding ticket as a reference. They have a court date on the bottom where you can go fight the ticket. And if you can't make it there, you call it and then you can change the date. And on the fine that I'm aware of, there's no option to get a court date. There's no notice that you're going to schedule one. There's no nothing.
I was never given any sort of notice about a court date until I had already made the lawsuit.
Okay. Nothgar, Ants?
What did you even get? Any question?
Nothgar, Ants, do you have anything to say?
Give me a sec.
I think we need a recess, Your Honor.
Oh, what?
Sorry, what?
No, I think we're good. I think Northcross got this.
I'd like to request a recess.
That's a timeout, right?
Yes. It's a time.
I'll give you a 5-minute one.
And the boys.
Psychosis, VC2 then.
Yeah.
Wait, everyone's back in here.
Be quiet. Okay, be quiet now.
Okay, where did we leave off?
He was saying like that old speeding tickets have like a court date on them and stuff.
They always do, yes. So that way a client or a person can know when they can defend it. That's why they're ticket clinics.
May I say something about that?
Yeah, you already stood up.
Can you show me the law that states a fine or ticket has to be provided with a court date?
Can you state the law that says that it cannot?
Well,
Because
I
it
mean,
does.
the law says, well, the 14th Amendment requires a notice of charge and a meaningful opportunity to be heard. He had an opportunity to be heard. He could have reached out to a judge and say, hey, I'd like to challenge this fine I was received. But he never made any...
This is really suspicious.
He never tried to do that in any way. And if he did, please show evidence that he tried to get a hearing.
It's the Sixth Amendment. It guarantees that you get a prosecution for your case.
Make sure
Well,
to sit
you
down.
can.
Speedy, you have the
It
right.
guarantees to a speedy and fair trial. So we are running off of this then.
You had
Vinny,
the
you
right
lied
to a
to
fair
me.
trial, yet you never requested one. You would have
You
been
don't
given
need to
one
request
if you
one.
requested
you don't
one.
need-
request a
You don't need
trial.
to-
The city.
You never need a request.
If you're going for criminal
does it-
charges like damages, you need to take the person to court. It's not just as simple as throwing a fine
But
at
where
somebody.
does it say
and
the
throwing them in
city
jail
has
for
to
a certain
provide the
amount of time.
court? Where does it say the city has to do that?
It doesn't say the city
Laws.
offers a court.
And the laws that Gollycraft uses.
Where does it say
Did,
no? That the
did
city
you use
has
real
to
life
provide
laws
a
or
court
Gollycraft
date?
laws?
Where does it say that the city has to provide a date with every fine and ticket?
It does.
Where?
It says
Show
that
me.
you have the. Okay. It doesn't say that it has to provide a date, but they have to be given the opportunity to. And
He
saying
had the
that
opportunity. He
the
never reached out for one.
it's
I never got the
you
opportunity.
don't have to reach out for that.
They give you the opportunity.
Yes, he was given the opportunity. He was given the opportunity to talk about it.
Why? The city is supposed to directly give him an opportunity, as in a date. How is he supposed to know if he can defend himself?
He had the opportunity to give a date.
How is he supposed to know that? Because the officer didn't read him his rights.
It doesn't say he cannot.
You don't have to. You don't have to ask to be read your Miranda rights.
Yes.
You were
have a right to remain silent. Anything that can be used against you in the court of law, you have a right to a jury.
Interrogation. You only have to be written your Miranda rights in interrogation.
You don't need to ask for. You don't need it. You don't need to ask for your rights.
As soon as you are put into handcuffs and you are arrested, you will have to be read your rights.
I researched this the other day because we had the same argument. I went on to multiple different sites. They said, no, you do not have to be written your Miranda rights until you are in an investigation. Or, sorry, interrogation. Or being questioned.
He was in an
investigation.
Not being questioned.
He was not being questioned.
This isn't about the Miranda rights.
Yes, it is.
This is about
Your Honor, I think this is a little bit too. We're leaning too much into bickering, but I want to say that how is it reasonable for my client to know that he is even allowed to defend himself from a fine without a proper court case?
It never said he couldn't.
Northcar, stop interrupting me. But here's the thing. What that means is the city has determined him guilty before even a proper trial in front of a judge. They said flat out, he's guilty. He has the money taken out of his account. He gets the jail time. And even if it wasn't served, he was still charged with the jail time. And if given the opportunity, he would have been served the jail time if it had not been for Vinny pushing for community service instead. That is the reason why my client has unserved jail time.
Think about this. When you're given a speeding ticket, you're guilty. A cop saw you, you're given the ticket. Then you have the chance to, contest it. He was given the chance to contest it. It never said he could not. Just as like a law says, you cannot murder someone.
Here's the thing. This is not a speeding ticket, though. This is a vandalism. This is a malicious criminal damage crime. You don't give tickets for terrorism, dude.
It was put in the ticket/fine channel.
Your Honor, I'm gonna send a $1.2 billion check to or a citation to Osama bin Laden and see if he shows up to court.
Well, then
without
also,
a court date, of course.
With your speeding ticket,
Your Honor, he's not here. He's not here. He's not here.
Let me speak. Let me speak, Northcar. Your Honor. Augi here has been known with the crime and the charges for more than a week or two, and has done nothing to the courts, has nothing to any form to push to get his date. He has done nothing until you realize that he can't do nothing to serve, he can't make any money, anything, which is when he pushed to do a lawsuit.
Your Honor, can you just confirm the fact that you don't need to ask to get a trial and that it's your right no matter what?
I can confirm that.
You had the right to get a trial.
Yes, you have the right to get a trial. But not telling him a court date means that he was not given the right to a trial. We had to actively push with a judge to get a trial. We had to reach out.
No, you never pushed for a trial. You never reached out to a judge. If you did,
that's what the lawsuit was about.
That's what about the due process lawsuit was about.
Because you realized that you could
only one speak at a time.
You're now suing the city because you saw an issue that you could sue for. You had the opportunity to reach out and to get a case. If you did anything to show that you wanted a case, you would have been given one. You had the right to get a case. Yet the city didn't know you wanted a case. Every single ticket has been issued like this. We've never had a problem. If this is how it works, then we'll have to reissue every single ticket.
Gollycraft rule number 6 is every measure. Let me speak. Gollycraft rule number 6. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a public trial by impartial jury of the state and district within the crime shall have been committed. He was not informed of that. He had to do research on that. No, when he was fined, don't interrupt me. When he was fined, he got no option for that. He had no information about that. Make sure you take your armor off and put that away. He had no information, no clearly about anything.
Where does it say he couldn't? Just like the laws, it says you cannot steal, you cannot murder. Just like that. It's already implied that you can't.
I would like, Your Honor.
He's supposed to have clear verification of if he's allowed to have it. If that's saying somebody releases let me talk. Stop interrupting me. That's like saying he has a warrant out for his arrest because he didn't show up to a court he did not know he had.
Your Honor.
That's how that works.
That makes no sense. He was never given a court date. So therefore, how can he be arrested?
Okay, with a ticket, you get a court date to fight it. And anything else, especially like the case that he's involved in right now, it's a major thing. He's supposed to get a court date.
Where does it say if you get a ticket, you have to be given a court date with it?
And if he was not given a court date for this, but he's supposed to, and if he did not show up, he's supposed to get a warrant for his arrest.
It never says anywhere that when you are fined or being charged with something that you have to be given a court date. He was given a fine.
Rule number 6.
Your Honor, may I present another Jolly Craft law?
I just did.
Yes, it said he had the right. If he showed any want of getting a ticket or getting a court date, he could have gotten it.
Your Honor, I would like to present rule number 10. The powers not delegated to Stick-mon and or surrounding states by the Constitution, nor prohibited by the states, are reserved to the states or the people respectively. So what that means is, since there is no law saying that the city cannot have a court case or have a thing on it, it is reserved to his rights to have that court date.
So if you wanted the court date, you'd get the court date.
So, Your Honor, I would like to say the city presumed my client guilty, first of all.
Because...
Then they they got an impartial judge, a very biased judge who had her building supposedly griefed by my client, allegedly.
Reduced charges.
And then on top of that, the city then goes and claims that my client's rights are not valid because the court, right? Because, we offered him a court case after he decided to already sue the city because they didn't provide him with the court case to begin with. I find this to be like just all around kind of like it doesn't make any coherent sense. The city doesn't have any coherent structure, especially when we look at cases like Luna versus City of Stick-mon, where the city has provided Luna with the case. They actually took him to court, but then they decide that, hey, in this case, we're not taking this client to court, we're just fining him instead. That shows that there is some kind of bias between how cases are taken by judges and by how the system is operating, Your Honor.
Okay. Now you can talk.
Luna case, can you show me which case by Luna he was given a court date by the city?
You can speak with Wild Sam on that one. One of the other judges. It is a documented court case.
Well, where in the fines and tickets violation is it?
It's not in the fines and tickets in the courthouse because it's a court case. Because City of Stick-mon versus Luna Federation, civil is jurisdiction, plaintiff states effects. Here, if you want, I can. You can, Your Honor. Would you be able to take a look at this case with me, where he was showed what his crimes were, was taken to court, which means that my client was not given that opportunity. If the city is able to take one person to court, they should be able to take another person. And the fact that they didn't take my client to court and just find him outright means that they did not go with their own processes.
That's because he blew up the city and he didn't place blocks everywhere.
Luna
These are two
Federation
completely
mined down a whole entire forest and a whole entire mountain, dude.
I'm looking at City of South Stick-mon versus Luna Federation. Statements: the defendant did willfully and recklessly ignite combustible material adjacent, inside or adjacent to South Stick-mon Central train station.
Objection relevance?
It just said he committed arson. These are two completely different cases. First, creating and placing blocks everywhere versus...
It's still vandalism. It would still be classed under vandalism. But he used... my client was suspected of using lava buckets, which would also be classed as arson. And then on top of that, it would be vandalism if you were trying to. But the court, he was never even aware of what crime he was charged with. What charges are you even trying to get him on? Terrorism?
Yeah, I was
all of his charges.
I was never even told I don't even know my charges now.
He wasn't he doesn't even know what he's being sued for.
It says that he was
if you look in the fine, if you look in the fine, it never says what my charges are. It never says what my charge is.
Your violations of placing 41,000 blocks. That's your
That's not a charge.
That's not a charge. That's a fine. It says fines and such.
Yes,
the charges have to be listed in the courthouse, not in the courthouse. Fines.
He wasn't being sued. He was being fined.
The city is supposed to press charges. It is a criminal case. They are supposed to press charges through the city.
If I spray paint on a wall, which is also considered vandalism, am I going to be issued a ticket, or am I going to be taken to court?
You're going to be taken to court.
No, I'd be given a ticket.
Yeah, tickets do take you to court. It's just you don't show up to court most of the time because it's so small you don't want to fight it.
Don't always take you to court. You just pay it. You can choose to pay it.
Yeah, but
you could choose to pay it, or you.
Augie chose to pay it. He didn't choose to go to court.
Where did I say that?
He never even got to choice to pay it. They just took the money out of his account. There was no choice.
Because he committed terrorism and vandalism.
Wait a minute. Basically, I got nothing.
What?
Okay, that was an interruption.
What?
Your Honor, so the relevance of me bringing up City of Stick-mon shows that pretty much, essentially, if one person's able to be provided a case for a criminal action along the lines of criminal negligence or willful and malicious destruction of property, which is what is going on with my client here, then if he's not being provided a court case, that shows that there's a bias and a disparity between how citizens are treated and how citizens are prosecuted by the city. And that would mean that it is unfair, because that would mean there is no equality amongst people of the City of Stick-mon. This is a court case, Carter. Shut the fuck up.
Where is the other finer ticket that was given a court date?
What? I don't even know what you're referring to.
Where's the other finer ticket that was given a court date?
It was given a court date by what was posted in the courthouse.
So which ticket is that referring to?
The criminal case that is posted in the courthouse.
For who and which ticket is it referring to?
Your Honor.
Talking about.
She's asking if this is the new or old case.
Your Honor. On my behalf, the staff team and the courts were really busy during the prosecution of Augie. But compared to Luke, the staff team weren't busy, so they were able to prosecute it properly due to the fact the severity of Augie's case. It was classified as a terrorism, which is why the people of South Stick-mon to act irrationally to protect his citizens against the crimes against Augie. And no, under the fact that the city did failure to provide a court case, but that was because the city was busy and provided it later, which then Augie then refused.
Yeah, after we had already a court case. Your Honor, I would like to present, when a school shooter shoots up a school and gets arrested, they still get a court case. I want to say that right now, because if we're talking about panic and heinous crimes and such other things in the action, when a school shooter is arrested, they get a court case.
Okay, so going back to what you said, just because they're busy, that doesn't mean they shouldn't do their job.
Well, they still did their job. They gave him a court
Not
case.
correctly.
No, they didn't.
They didn't do their job correctly.
What?
Make sit down.
They gave him a court date. He had the right to a court. He could have gotten a court if he wanted to. Just like you have the right to be silent.
He didn't know about that until after he made the case.
Be silent. Well, where does
they informed them about that?
It doesn't say he can't. It doesn't say
Your
it's
Honor,
not
we're going
contestable. Where does it say it's not contestable? So why couldn't he?
If somebody doesn't prove that he can get a court case, how is he supposed to know? The thing is, when they read the reminder, whatever they're called, rights, he knows because they're informing him about that.
Can you tell me the law that says when someone's Miranda rights has to be given? Say it word for word. Don't summarize it.
You find it. You're the one arguing about it.
Have.
So if you
it says
send me a screenshot of it. The Sixth Amendment.
Miranda rights still doesn't matter. He should have been given a court case to begin with, and that's not included in Miranda rights when they are said. But it is included in citations. It is included when you are taken to jail, because you're supposed to have within 72 hours of being clocked into jail, you are supposed to have a court case. Your Honor.
I would like to ask the city why they have a person up here right now who doesn't even know the basis of rights, like basic stuff, just knowing about rights.
Well, I was the one who signed them, so that's what's it called? Not a part that's irrelevant.
And why are we here? Isn't the original argument about double jeopardy in the first place? From what your Augie plaintiff has mentioned in the chat.
We're talking about double jeopardy.
That was your original argument in the first place when you made the
process.
Yeah, this is about due process, not double jeopardy.
They've gotten their point down.
Double jeopardy.
Okay. So.
But that was the first message you made when you made the appeal.
We're saying that his right to a fair trial is being violated, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Psychosis as restitution.
Yes, like I said, we're pushing for restitution for all the damages caused by the city, dealing with.
Okay, has everybody gotten their stuff in that they want to say though?
No.
Okay, then stop asking for different things and get it to your point.
No, I'm asking to make sure I can clearly make my point.
If you have the law, you can send me a picture of the law. I'll read over it.
Right. Okay. So, the 14th Amendment, the right to a fair trial, a violation happens when any of these are missing. No notice, no opportunity to be heard, hold up.
No notice, no opportunity to be heard right there.
No notice. Yeah, no notice. I was never given a notice.
No, about the fines. You were given a notice.
I was a notice. Notice for court case.
Okay, let me.
It's a notice for a court case.
It was no notice. They weren't told properly of what they're being accused of. They're being accused of placing 41,000 blocks across the city, and they were fined $50 per block. That's what they were accused of.
What criminal charge is that?
No opportunity.
Can you specify? Yeah, then he wasn't told that he committed vandalism, sir. Malicious destruction of property.
He was being charged with placing 41,000 blocks.
He's being charged with placing 41,000 blocks is not a valid argument. That is not a valid crime.
Also, vandalism.
In the law of crimes.
He's being charged with vandalism.
Well, that isn't specified in the fine, so
It kind of is.
In the fine, it just shows a picture of blocks and affected blocks. But you
And
have no
what
idea
you're
what
being charged with.
It never said what I was being charged with.
Okay, the second part. No opportunity to be heard. They had no opportunity to defend themselves or request a hearing. They were given the opportunity to request a hearing. They did not.
This was us requesting a hearing, suing the city for not being given the opportunity.
No, for your charges. You were given the opportunity. Where were you not given the opportunity to talk to a judge?
It's a trial.
My stream.
You're supposed to provide a date. Like I said.
Where are we supposed to provide the date? Show me where the city has
Whenever
to
you
provide the date.
commit a crime in real
what
life,
law says that? What law
when
says
you
that?
commit a crime,
What law says
let's
that?
say
What law
you're
says
in.
that? What
Stop
law says
interrupting
that?
him.
When you commit a crime in real life, you get sent a court summons.
Yeah, what
that's
law
if-
says that you have to be given a court date?
Here, let's.
Can I object to relevance in North Car's point, because we have already proven
No, I'm
this.
going over what
This has already been
violates fair
confirmed.
trial. You said that your right of fair trial was being violated. I'm going over the key points that would violate your right of fair trial. This is relevant.
The fact that he didn't even get the option of a trial to begin with.
He could have reached out to someone.
It's
It
not
says
his.
if they
it's
had no
not,
opportunity to request a hearing, they could have requested a hearing.
It is
He
not
didn't.
his responsibility to be forced
Mind
to
you,
request a hearing. It is the city's responsibility to provide a court date so he could go to.
Where does it say that they
a
have
hearing.
to provide a court date? Where does it say they
Hold
have
up,
to?
hold up.
In real life, we're basing this off of real life. A lot of these laws are
Just
based
show
off
me,
that.
show me the law
Hold up,
where it has to be given.
hold up, North Car. Mind you, this, even when he was given a court date, it was done improperly. But Augie was well aware, knowing that it was done improperly, and has not spoken out about it since after the fact he was trialed and lost the case. And mind you, Augie has mentioned that even if he had won the case, he still would have retrialed the case for an appeal because it was the wrongdoing of the judge, which he never did.
So, mandatory appearance for misdemeanors and many traffic offenses. You may appear in court on the date listed on your arraignment.
I found a law.
Laws often mandate that the appearance time is at least 3 days after the citation is issued. This is across the board in multiple different states.
Okay,
it's a due process clause.
Fix the schedule.
Can you send me
the
that
court
screenshot?
date.
Can you send me a screenshot?
Here, let me get the website. I'm on my laptop, so.
Send it to me either Discord or Xbox. Okay.
I would send it to the judge, not the.
Well, I'd like to read over it so I can have some more context and know how to properly defend the city.
Send it to me now.
And don't forget the fact that Augie originally claimed that the city violated his double jeopardy laws, even though we clearly didn't. And he has mentioned this in his original statement when he made the appeal, which I provided.
With that. I admit that it's not double jeopardy. We've already.
Did you explain why?
It's just not double. I thought it was double jeopardy, but it wasn't. What's the thing about that? We're not talking about double jeopardy.
But you explain why it wasn't double jeopardy?
Why does it matter? You're just wasting our time.
I'm not. I just want to know why.
You are.
Because you got rid of.
Okay. If you do not set up a court case or do not pay the fines, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. He was not. If he.
Can you give some more context with that quote?
Okay. If you do not. or do not pay fines, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, which may cause you to be flagged the next time you enter the U.S.
Well, the fine was
Or
paid.
yes,
The money was taken from his account balance.
not all the fine. The jail time wasn't.
Well, the fine part, the money part. Vinny, did you see what I sent you?
Restitution.
Can someone please show me the law that the city has to provide the
I'm
court date?
looking up.
Would you like a recess?
You can request one. That'll be the last one of the case.
Northcar, respectfully, we're here about the case, not about your comprehension of a law. That's everybody here.
Well, no,
outside of you who's on.
I'm asking for you to present the law that says the city has to provide a court date.
Can you provide a law saying that the city doesn't have to? It is to the right of the people to be provided a court date.
Here,
That's what it is stated
If he
in the
wanted
10th
a court
Amendment.
date, then he could have gotten a court date.
If it is not reserved by the city and the city has not specified that they do not get a court date,
What does it
by the
say
way,
that
would
he
be
wouldn't
against
have
that.
gotten a court date if he didn't ask?
here, I'm gonna give a 5-minute timer real quick because I have to go do something real quick. Is that fine by everyone?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Vinny Northcore, hang on.
Library.
Library.
So, due process does not require an automatic court date. Under basic due process principles, like the 14th Amendment, the requirement is notice of the violation and a meaningful opportunity to challenge it. It does not require a preset court date on the ticket or verbal explanation that a court date exists. What matters, whether a hearing was
made me
available.
stiff him.
What are you... Okay, why is this guy here?
Fim, I'm sitting down because you guys ran a command. Undo this shit.
Yeah, okay, I gotta meet him. Okay, what matters is whether a hearing was available. They were issued a fine. In my example that I gave, they were issued a fine. They were not told that they couldn't request a hearing, and they had the ability to contact a judge to dispute it. This means that the opportunity to be heard existed, even when they didn't use it. When it starts to become a violation, was there was no way to request a hearing, the system refuses any appeal process, or the punishment was imposed without any review mechanism.
Just a different hangout.
Yeah. Even in real systems under the 14th Amendment, governments can issue immediate penalties like tickets or fines as long as they were told what they did wrong, a notice, like what's done, and they had a way to challenge it. They had a muted fine, they had no automatic court date, but they had the ability to request a judge or hearing.
Your
It
Honor,
becomes a problem when the fine is final and there's no way to request a review, or there's no system to dispute it at all. The fine being issued immediately does not violate.
Objection, rambling.
What matters is whether if there's a fair way to challenge it afterwards.
One thing
you say
is
that this is a fair way to challenge it.
One thing was he was not giving a warning for his fine. He was not pinged in the fine. He was not told what he did wrong.
He was told what he did wrong. He was told that he placed 41,000 blocks.
He wasn't pinged in a fine.
Are you retarded?
Yeah.
Okay, this case is thrown out now. I'm ruling an Augie.
Throw it out. It's in our
restitution. We have to talk about the restitution too.
The case is ruled in Augie. The fine should be removed to 0. A jail time should be removed because he did not get a fair case. He was not giving anything. Vinny,
How about we do the case now?
we just did. Vinny,
No,
by the shut up. Vinny, by the end of the month, he should have a balance of 0, no jail time.
All right, buddy.
This was a
Wait a minute.
Can I make my gapple?
How about we actually talk about what he did
I'm
wrong?
not talking to you. I'm talking to Vinny. Vinny, can I beg my gapple now?
I guess so. I guess that's the rule.
Okay.